Hey everybody, Antonio here with another daily reminder for you. Um, I'm just laughing that most people have no idea what's going on before this camera starts recording, but that's for another, maybe a blooper series or something. Well, anyway, today's daily reminder is how to train your brain to get what you want. You've probably heard of a lot of concepts like law of attraction and manifesting the things that you desire. And a lot of the terms that you hear around that concept, the metaphysical terms, can seem mysterious and woo-woo, if you want to call it that. And to some degree, you may be right. You know, everyone has a line of what they consider their threshold to be, of what's believable, what's not, what's in their comfort zone, what's not, what's achievable and what's not. And that's for another daily reminder because you get to set that line. But being a scientist by nature and my background, I tend to look at things very logically. And when I look at things like law of attraction, I look at things like coincidences and the things of that nature. I always look for the rationale behind it. A part of me allows things to happen, and then this other part of me wants to say, "Well, how does that happen?" One of the things I learned about is the RAS. RAS stands for reticular activation system or activating system, depending on what text you're reading from. And the RAS is a bundle of nerves right at the base of your brainstem that has a few different functions, but primarily what the RAS does is that it controls what to pay attention to and what not to. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If you're driving down the street, there are literally millions of things around you, millions, hundreds of millions at any given time. So, what do I mean? If you're looking at a tree, you see the tree, but that tree has many different things. You've got the bark, you've got the root of the tree, the trunk of the tree, you've got the branches, the stems, the leaves, etc. You don't look at all of those things individually. You look at it and you see a tree. And if you're driving, you may not even see it because you're paying attention to the road, you're paying attention to what's happening in your rear view mirror and the side mirrors, etc. You may not even see the tree on a conscious level. And that's a good thing because if you saw everything on a conscious level, you probably go insane almost immediately. Your brain probably couldn't process all that information, and you would just go nuts. You would go absolutely nuts when you look at a yard. You don't see every individual blade of grass. It just be too much information to process. Your brain sees, okay, that's a yard, and boom, and it leaves it at that. However, and here's another example. For those of you who are parents, you'll probably get this. You may be able to sleep through uh, all types of craziness, planes taking off and landing, trains driving by. But if you hear your child rustle in the next room, you're like, what's that? And that's your RAS. That's your RAS, your reticular activation system at work because it knows what to pay attention to and what not to. So, as it relates to metaphysics, what we tend to focus on is what we tend to see in our reality. If you believe that the world is a certain way, you're going to see the world in that way, and you're going to see all of the things that prove you right. For example, if you believe the world is unfair, you're going to find yourself in unfair situations time and time and time again, because that's what you are unconsciously paying attention to, and that's what you end up seeing. That's what you end up, and I'll have to use this word, attracting, right? That's what you you tend to attract, because you're in that space. You're in that, you're in alignment with it, because that's what your RAS is tuned to. It's just like a radio station. You turn to one radio station, you hear what's on that station. You turn to another, you hear what's on another station. All the radio waves are out there. You're just tuned in to the one particular station. So all of the possibilities of life are out there, but what shows up in your life is what you're tuned to, because that's what your RAS sees and brings to your conscious awareness. That's what it sees and brings to your conscious awareness. Just like you may not see that tree while you're driving, you may not see that opportunity in your business. Just like you may not pay attention to each individual blade of grass and you just see a yard, you also may not see the good men or women in the world. I hear that all the time. Where are the good men? Where are the good women? They're out there. They are there. You may not be able to see them because you may not be tuned to that station. So how do you tune to that station? First of all, it's by knowing what it is you desire. What are your goals? What are the things that you desire in your life? And once you identify those things, focus on those things. Focus on those things. And you can do that through meditation. You can do that through visualization. You can do that through a vision board. You can do that through talking about those things. But what that starts doing is it starts training your RAS to pay attention to the things that support that. And guess what? Magically, the people, the resources, the opportunities for those things will start showing up, because you're now tuned to them. You are now tuned to them. You're tuned into that frequency of the thing because that's what you're focusing on. A great way to train your brain to get the thing you would desire. These things don't, and I use the term magically, of course, because I don't believe that these things happen coincidentally or magically. They happen from a very real, tangible, scientifically explained perspective. Is because your RAS is tuned to the things that you tend to see in life. Naima says here, is just talking about this concept on the live the other day, but in the concept, the energy you're living in, putting out, surrounding yourself with, is how that is reflected in your reality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's what you're tuned to. That's what your RAS pays attention to. It's going to see the things and bring to your conscious awareness the things that you have to be true in your life. So decide what you want for yourself. Focus on those things. Use those things that I mentioned to you to stay focused on that, and your RAS will bring those things to your conscious awareness, rather. So I'm tuning my RAS into comments, likes, and shares. How about that? And hopefully I'll see those coming in on this post. That's it for today's daily reminder, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow for another daily reminder. Take care.